Look at the Bay of Naples today, and you'll see the ruins of Pompeii resting quietly in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. But in the 1st century, the Romans living here didn't even have a word for volcano. To them, Vesuvius was just a large, beautiful green mountain. Pompeii was an incredibly wealthy resort town. It was a bustling playground filled with merchants, politicians, gladiators, and enslaved people going about their daily routines. They had warnings. In the year 62 CE, a massive earthquake fractured the region. But instead of fleeing, the citizens simply rebuilt. Beneath the surface, a massive magma chamber was shifting and swelling, building extreme pressure against the Earth's crust. All of Pompeii's prosperity was sitting directly on top of a geological time bomb, completely misunderstood by the people living on the detonator. That temporary peace was completely shattered on an October morning in 79 CE when Mount Vesuvius finally awoke. The mountain blew its top in what geologists now call a Plinian eruption. It shot pumice, ash, and highly toxic gases directly upward, reaching 20 miles into the stratosphere. This massive plume spread out high above the coast. It looked exactly like the canopy of a giant umbrella pine tree, expanding until it completely blocked out the sun. Then, the sky began to fall. For hours, burning pumice stones and hot ash rained down relentlessly on the citizens of Pompeii. As the volcanic rock piled up in the streets, the sheer weight of the debris caused the roofs of buildings to collapse inward. In the pitch-black chaos, many citizens decided to hide inside their homes, hoping the nightmare would pass. By late afternoon, the falling ash and stone had buried the exits. The very geography of the city had become an inescapable trap. But the true killer didn't arrive until late that night and into the following morning. The 20-mile-high ash column became too heavy to sustain its momentum, collapsing back down onto the mountain. This triggered a pyroclastic flow, a superheated avalanche of toxic gas and ash that raced down the slopes at over 100 miles per hour. The extreme heat and speed instantly killed anyone still trapped in Pompeii and neighboring Herculaneum, burying both communities under 20 feet of debris. In a matter of seconds, the surge silenced a vibrant civilization and plunged it into total, permanent darkness. Normally, when an ancient city falls, it rots away, gets looted, or is built over. But Pompeii experienced something completely different. The deep volcanic ash acted as a perfect, airtight seal, starving the ruins of oxygen and moisture. When serious archaeological excavations began centuries later, they didn't uncover typical weathered ruins. They found an impossibly pristine site. They found carbonized loaves of bread still sitting inside the bakery ovens, with the local baker's name stamped directly into the crust. The thick ash also shielded the wealthy villas from centuries of sunlight, perfectly preserving the brilliantly colored pigments known as Pompeian red on their frescoed walls. We can even read the fragile ancient graffiti scratched into the plaster, from political campaign ads to petty insults exchanged at the local taverns. The catastrophe hid paws on a civilization, capturing microscopic details of ordinary human life that usually fade into dust. But as the ash hardened around the victims, their organic matter slowly decayed, leaving behind perfect, human-shaped hollow voids in the earth. In the 1860s, archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli figured out how to reveal them. He developed a technique of pouring liquid plaster directly into these hidden cavities before digging them out. The results are heavy with emotional weight. These three-dimensional plaster casts capture the exact folds in their clothing and the terrifying final postures of the victims. The tragedy was entirely indiscriminate. We can even see the chilling cast of a city guard dog caught writhing and straining against its chain. The immense tragedy of Mount Vesuvius ended thousands of lives in a single day, yet the exact same volcanic ash that doomed the citizens of Pompeii inadvertently granted them eternal immortality in the historical record. To uncover more frozen moments in history, subscribe to Ancient World Unveiled.